Hi Taurus, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading. This is for the 10th through to the 16th, I think, of June 2019. You're probably thinking, oh my god, all those decks, but they really do serve a purpose. We're doing something called it's based on a monthly check-in reading that I did for June, but I think I did this this actual spread for you guys anyway last week, and we use the Everyday Witches Tarot by Deborah Blake, this one here, for your first layer, which is looking at who you guys are in the next sort of 7 days, and also what the theme of the week will be. We also use the Druid Craft Tarot for the second layer of the reading, which is I don't actually have my plan for the reading in front of me, and I don't know where I've put it. And I'm trying to remember what each of the areas are. Oh God, let me just think. Sorry guys, it's just, I don't know where my plan is. I had my plan and suddenly it's just disappeared, and I'm like, okay, you need to remember where the areas are. So yeah, we said that this is for the current self and also theme of the week. This is for your key goals, that's it. Key goals. This is, yeah, so we're using the Druid Craft Tarot deck for your key goals. Obstacles that you need to overcome, and also any major achievements or accomplishments that you're making during the week. We're using the Everyday Enchantment Tarot for the last layer, and this is what you need to avoid for the week, also what you need to embrace for the week, and also if you need support, where you can go. Whew, remembered it off the top of there. I got quite a good memory, but I was just like, oh man, okay, I need to remember this. So those are what those are for. We are also, for your spiritual advice and encouragement for the week, we're going to use the Coal Grey Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. Really, really nice, okay? And finally, Spellcaster's Tarot deck, because at the end of the reading, what we do is a 15-card reading. 5 cards focus on what other energies are coming in. The other 5 cards focus on your love life for the week, and the other 5 cards will focus on, the final 5 cards will focus on your finances, alright? So we try and cover, the only thing I don't really do is health, because I don't really agree with doing health as a tarot reader, if I'm being completely honest. But that's just my thing, and I'm, you know, the only reading I really do health in is the year ahead spreads, but it has to be kind of light health questions. It can't be things like, you know, am I going to die or something like that. I just don't think it's right to be predicting that type of shit. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to just put these cards aside, like so, and we're going to get into it because the cards are already here. So let's have a look. Universe Spirit, show me Taurus. Show me Taurus. Who is Taurus? Show me who Taurus is, week commencing 10th to the 16th of June 2019. And can you show me, please, Universe, what will be the theme of the week for Taurus? What will be the theme of the week for Taurus? Okay. And Universe Spirit, can you please show me what is the key goal for Taurus during the week? What will be Taurus's key goal? Okay, there we go. And can you please show me, Universe, what is it that they need to overcome? What obstacles does Taurus need to overcome? Okay. And can you show me what the major accomplishments they'll be making during the week? Alright, so there we go. There's our cards there. And through the Enchanted Tarot by Poppy Paling, can you show me, Universe, please, what is it that Taurus needs to avoid during the week? Okay, this one. And can you tell me, please, Universe, what is it that they need to embrace, stroke, accept? Okay. And can you show me, please, Universe, if Taurus needs support, where can they go to? Okay, there we go. Right, so we've got those cards down there. And finally, Universe, can you please show me what is the spiritual guidance, spiritual encouragement that you have for Taurus during the week? Okay, there we go. All cards laid. Let's get on with it. So, you guys are showing as being the King of Swords, which is a nice energy. You know, if you're going to be someone, you want to be this dude here, because he is very objective, very clear-minded. This person sees things clearly. He's got a clear objective. But the thing with the king is he's not just that he's got a... The thing with the king and queen, and where they differ is the queen speaks. He does. He not only speaks, but whatever he thinks about, he speaks it and then he brings it into action. That's what kings do, you see. They act in the outside world. I know it's a bit sexist to say that kings do that and queens don't. But the queens are really the kind of consorts of the kings, and they're really the advisors to the king. So, but he's also a clear thinker and he's very objective. So I think that you guys have a clear objective this week, and I think that you are taking action on that clear objective with the King of Swords energy. I think that you are very fair-minded this week with the King of Swords energy showing here, because this is somebody who's very fair. They're very moralistic with the King of Swords energy. Free thinker as well to a certain extent, because he's ruled by Aquarius. All right, and this is the card of the individual. All right, so I think that you guys are very, even if people don't agree with what your thought patterns are, you'll often stick with it. I think, I don't do much astrology, but in terms of Aquarius, you know, it's a card that, it's a sign that rules free thinkers. You know, they're quite individuals, I think, Aquarius. You know, they like to do things their own way. They're very freedom seeking, but also once they've made a decision, they'll stick with it. That's the thing with Aquarius, and it'll be very difficult to kind of shake them or move them. They're not very, I don't think Aquarians are very adaptable from what I've read upon Aquarians anyway. Some of you guys might disagree, but yeah, that's what I'm getting with the King of Swords energy. So I think that once you've made decisions, you'll stick with them. But at the same time, I really just see very objective thinkers here, and people who are putting those objective thoughts into action. So you're not just sitting down and saying, I'm going to do something. You're actually going to go ahead and do it with the King of Swords energy. So it's nice that you show as being that with the King of Swords. You might also have to be a mediator this week, because King of Swords is also a mediator. Remember, he's a lawyer within the Taurus, so he's often having to mediate cases, you know. And also with the King of Swords, what he'll tend to do is, if he's going to deal with a situation, he'll deal with it without any emotion. So some of you guys are really taking a very kind of, you know, objective, it's not as subjective, because when you're subjective, you are really thinking from the heart. When you're objective, you're able to kind of stand outside of a situation. So I actually think that you guys are actually standing outside of a situation, okay, this week. What is the theme for the week? Theme for the week is the... Oh my God, look, you got... What did I say? Queen of Swords. Interesting. Taurus. How interesting is that? So the Queen of Swords, again, a card about objectivity and seeing things clearly, but also with the Queen of Swords, she's a clear speaker. She doesn't mince her words, and this is straight talk. And I think that the theme of the week is really about clear, concise conversation with this Queen of Swords energy showing here, because this is what she does. She's a lady who tends to desensitize herself. So, for example, in love, this lady will often show up if you've been hurt in love, but she shows up in the upright when you've been hurt in love, because you're able to kind of look at the situation from a clear standpoint and make choices that reflect maturity, rather than kind of getting all into your feelings. The Queen of Swords, like, yeah, I am hurt, however, I'm now looking at the situation very clearly and for what it is. And she will orate that. She'll speak it. She'll be very kind of vocal with her thoughts. And I think that the theme of the week is all about talking clearly. It's about being honest, because that's what she is. She will just speak very, very clearly. She's not going to mince her words. She's not going to flower anything. She's just going to speak completely truly. And in a way, she does speak from the heart, but she doesn't get involved in the whole feeling shit. So I think the theme of the week, again, you've got the King and the Queen of Swords sitting next together, which is really, really interesting to find that, because I just mentioned her. And as obviously, I don't know what cards are showing up, because they're all in the, you know, they're all kind of, you know, face down. Theme of the week is all about clear thinking, again, Queen of Swords, but also objectivity and also speaking your truth, because that's the Queen of Swords energy. So I think the theme of the week is about speaking the truth and getting to the heart of a matter with the Queen of Swords energy. And you guys are showing as the King of Swords. So in that situation, I think that you guys have a very strong plan of action here that you intend to kind of execute, because remember, he's the executioner as well within the tarot, because he's the king, he's got the sword. He can say yay or he can say nay. That's what he is. He's Lord High Executioner, if you like. So he is able to execute a plan of action, which often is what, because he acts in the outside world. So if the theme of the week is all about clear, concise speech, being honest, talking truthfully, getting to the heart of the matter with the Queen of Swords energy showing here, then you guys have definitely a plan of action in how you're probably going to see that through with the Queen of Swords energy, how you're going to bring that to life. What you guys, your key goals are for the week is the Two of Cups. So I think that your goals are to probably, this could be to reconcile differences for some of you guys. It could be to partner up with someone, because the Two of Cups is all about partnership. It's all about couples. It's all about reconciliation. It's all about friendship when you get the Two of Cups energy. It's all about promises. And I think that your focus, your key goal for the week is either to reconcile maybe some differences with the Two of Cups energy, or it really is just to get along. I'm not going to mention the romantic phase of this card because I don't think we need to in this reading, but it certainly is to have a sense of camaraderie and friendship with others, a union with others, kindness and support. This could be with a lover, it could be with a friend, it could be with it could be with a family member, but I think it's you and one other, Taurus. I think that the goal for the week is to have a really loving, understanding, empathic, insightful relationship with another individual. It might also be that some of you guys want to have a heart-to-heart with someone, because Two of Cups can mean to have a heart-to-heart with an individual. What is the obstacle that you need to overcome for the week? The Six of Coins. I think that you need to overcome for the week giving to everyone, because I see you, Taurus, as being this guy here, and I see these hands, everybody asking for things. So I think that you need to avoid kind of thinking that you can give to everyone. Some of you guys might need to avoid lending money as well, because I think that some of you guys, it's almost like a lot of people ask stuff of you, Taurus, and you give it. So some of you guys may need to avoid lending money. You might need to avoid also thinking that you have to give to everyone and everything. Every time somebody asks you for something, you can give it. And you also need to kind of avoid as well. Not avoid. What am I talking about? Sorry, this is the avoid. What am I talking about? Let me go back over that. The obstacle that you need to overcome is the Six of Coins. So when the Six of Coins shows up in a kind of obstacle, challenging position, the Six of Coins is all about sharing. All right, it's not to say that somebody isn't sharing with you, but I get from the impression from this card that what you need to overcome is an obstacle, because I think the obstacle is that you try to give to everything and everyone. I think this is you, and I think that you try, with all these hands out here, Taurus, I think that you try to give to everything and everyone, and that's your obstacle, because I actually think the obstacle is actually you. I think some of you Taurians, you can't help but share what you have, because the Six of Coins is all about sharing. You can see it's more than one person. There's three hands that they've all got their hand held out to this guy, and I think that you're this person here. All right, and the obstacle that you need to overcome is the fact that I think some of you guys are really generous. You're way too generous, and you're way too giving. And I think that in a way that acts, that is kind of detrimental to you getting on, or that's detrimental, that acts in a very detrimental way to the objectives that you have going forward. So I think that you need to overcome the obstacle of being too generous with others. Let's have a look at what the major accomplishment could be that some of you guys are making. Well, the Wheel, which is nice. I think the accomplishment is some of you guys are finally ending a cycle. You're closing the gap. You're closing the circle. Can you see how she's got the circle? Here, she's closing the gap. And I think that you guys are ending a cycle. Alright, you're shutting something down here with the Wheel, which is good. Some of you guys, a major accomplishment with the Wheel of Fortune can also be winning something. For example, a lottery win, or maybe you bought a ticket. Can also be that. Let's have a look at what it is that you need to avoid. See, it's the same thing. Two of Coins, juggling too much. Taking too much on. That's your Two of Coins energy, and it's sort of the same thing. It was kind of in line with what I was saying when I was talking about Six of Coins. It's like that was what you were meant to avoid. In my head, it was almost saying it was what you were meant to avoid, but it's the obstacle that you need to. It's the same sort of thing, because the obstacle you need to overcome is being too giving to everyone. The obstacle is within yourself, Taurus. You're too generous with people. People only have to say, "Can I have this or have that?" and you give it. Because you can, some of you guys can. It doesn't have to just be money. It can be your time. It can be your ear. You know, that type of thing. But you need to kind of overcome the need to, show acts of generosity to other people, because you need to think about yourself. And I get the impression that you're not thinking about yourself, because you need to avoid Two of Coins again, trying to balance everything and do everything at the same time, because something's got to give. I think there's going to be burnout here. What is it you need to embrace? You need to embrace lovers, partnerships. Whether this is your romantic relationship, whether this is your family, whether this is your friendships, it's the people that are close to you. So you need to embrace the people that are close to you. All right, you need to love them. You need to spend, and that might be fitting in with this Taurus, where some of you guys, you need to avoid taking everything on and thinking that you're Superman or Superwoman and you can do everything with the Two of Coins. And you need to overcome the obstacle of that every time somebody asks for something, you tend to give it. Because it can work as the same sort of thing where you think, oh yeah, I can take that on, I can do this, I can do that with the Two of Coins, because people are asking me to do it. So you seem to be giving, I think that you, with these two cards, I'm getting that you guys are giving a lot. And that might be a case of, that might be affecting your personal relationship. So you need to really embrace the lovers, the people that love you. You know, your ability to take downtime, your ability to value love and to value yourself more than anything. If you need guidance this week or support, who can you turn to? Oh my God, you can turn to a Queen of Wands reversed, but it's not a bad thing. You can turn to someone who is selfish. I know it sounds weird, but yeah, you can. Because I think the thing is, Taurus, what the reading is trying to say to you is that you're not selfish enough. You give too much. You give too much. That's the thing. You know, the theme of the week is being able to look at things clearly and see things for what they are and getting to the heart of the matter. So it's about getting to the heart of the matter and speaking plainly and honestly. And to do that, you guys are the King of Swords. You're moral, you're upright, you're objective. And from that stance of the theme of the week being that we need to start looking clearly and honestly at a situation and speaking honestly from the heart about it with the Queen of Swords. No frills, but just speaking completely honestly. You guys, this honesty with the King of Swords energy, you guys showing as the King of Swords, that honesty, that clear objective thinking, you now need to... Remember, kings are rooted in earth. So ideas are formed here that are now kind of invested in. They're now rooted in the earth and they are developed. So that's what kings do. They are of the earth element. So he's an ideas man. Ideas are forming with the King of Swords, and now he is starting to lay root with those ideas and build them up and develop them, all right, in the outside world. So whatever the, you know, whatever your conscience is telling you with the Queen of Swords, and whatever it is that you have to say here, whatever the honesty and the truth is that you have here with the Queen of Swords through the week, it really needs to be developed and built through the King of Swords, which is you guys. You are the only ones that can do this. You are the vessel for the Queen of Swords voice. All right, you take action through her thoughts and through her delivery, but you're bringing those thoughts and ideas into the outside world. And one of those things is that you guys know that you're not doing yourself a service, because your key goal is probably to have more time, Two of Cups energy, with the people that you love. Possibly your lover, your soulmate, is to have more time, because you need to embrace the people that you love, and your key goal is to share time, important time, with people that you care about. But the problem is that number one, you need to, the obstacle that you need to overcome is giving to everyone and everything. So every time you're meant to be spending time with the people that you love, there's people around you. It could be your work colleagues, it could be your boss, and they're saying, oh, can you just come in for a few hours, please? Can you just, and you're like, well, I was meant to spend time with my family on Sunday morning. They're like, we really, really need you. So you go and do that. So you need to overcome your own shit. Your own obstacle of giving too much to others, especially when there are other people who are really important and who need your time as well. And you need to avoid thinking that you can do everything all at once. You can please everyone with, it's the same sort of thing with that deal with the Two of Coins and the Six of Coins. If you look at the similarity between both cards, Taurus. So you need to really kind of say, you know, overcome your own shit, your own obstacle of saying that, you know, every time somebody asks things of you, you're going to do it. And you need to avoid kind of thinking that you can juggle your personal relationships, perhaps with your work relationship at the same time, because something's got to give. What you got to try and do is get a healthy balance going. So maybe you just need to speak to someone who's achieved this, because the Queen of Wands reversed is somebody who is selfish. She will literally put herself first, and you do need to speak to somebody who puts themselves first. And I know it sounds weird, but sometimes you need that tough love, and this person will turn around and say, well, yeah, I've put myself first because I was getting sick and tired of having to, every time I was meant to spend time with my family, I had to go into work and do this, that and the other. So yeah, I damn well put myself first. And some people think I'm selfish for it, but, and she could be the type of person that says, well, yeah, my family was asking me to be there, you know, left, right and centre, and I wasn't having any time to spend with my friends. So I decided, you know, I'm not going to do this anymore. Of course I'm going to give time to my family, but then I want to give time to my friends. I need an equal balance. She's in that way. This is what I say with reversal, Taurus. They're not all bad. They really aren't. It's the landscape of the tarot reflects the landscape of life. So sometimes you need to be a cold, hard bitch with the Queen of Wands in reverse. Sometimes you've got to be that. Because if you're not that, people tend to take advantage, you know. So you guys, you do the advice and support you can get from someone who doesn't give a fuck. Queen of Wands reverse. Who is selfish. Because maybe you need some tough love. Maybe you need someone to tell you, you know what, really you need to just be kind of like shutting this down. Because there are people, Two of Cups lovers that need you. And your goal is to kind of dedicate more time to them. Alright? See how these two cards are in your nice positions where this is your key goal and this is what you need to embrace. Yet this is what you need to overcome as an obstacle and this is what you need to avoid. Interesting. See the pattern? This is all about love. These are the things that you need to embrace and you need to be aiming for. The things that you need to overcome as an obstacle and avoid are where you're giving so much and where you're juggling too much. Can you see? What you could accomplish this week though is the wheel. Finally closing that gap up. Nice. What is the advice? Spiritual advice for the week. Miriam, sacred vision is your spiritual advice. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Okay? Right, let's quickly get your other cards together for your final reading, my darlings. Very interesting reading. I think it's just, you know, sometimes we forget. And as mundane, you know, I know that I'm not the type of tarot reader that's going to be like, you know, saying, oh my God, they're back. And oh my God, they're coming back into your life. And oh my God, they're spying on you. And all this shit. Which is fair enough. Lots of tarot readers do those type of readings. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. And I know that I'm not the type of tarot reader that does that. Because I just want to, for me, you know, even if it doesn't get me the views and this, that and the other, I would prefer just to stay in this kind of honest space of reading. And it might get a bit boring. And people might find this really boring. But that's the way that I enjoy reading. Just kind of, there's just real stuff. Let's have a look at the 15 card reading then. So Universe Spirit, can you just show me 5 cards first? Any other energies coming in for Taurus in the week? Any other energies you see coming in for Taurus in 5 cards? So we've got 1, make sure I'm putting them down the right way. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, can you show me love? What's going on for love and Taurus? 5 cards, 10th to the 16th of June. What's going on for love and Taurus? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, that's fine. And what's going on for Taurus and finance over the next few days? What's happening with Taurus and finances over the next few days? Okay, that wants to show up there. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. There we go. Right. Let's have a look then, guys. So, firstly, any other energies coming in? There you go. You got that good old Two of Cups showing up again. So, partnerships, relationships, getting close, heart to heart, Two of Cups energy. Devil, you've got strong commitment in relationships because the devil is not always a bad card. Some people want to see this as an abusive thing, abusive relationships. I don't see it as that all the time. Sometimes when you get the devil and the Two of Cups, this is a really strong bond. This is a committed relationship. So the week coming in, committed relationships. Let's have a look at devil. Okay. You got that good old King of Swords again. Look, you're getting the same cards and it's through a different deck. Through a different deck. Some of you guys focusing on a strong commitment, a committed relationship with a King of Swords, Taurus. Could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's have a look. Oh my God, look. You already had this in your reading and she's come up again. Queen of Wands. King of Swords. But none of these are you. 6 of Wands. Victory. A King of Swords and a Queen of Wands. There's 2 people that aren't you. The energy's coming in. Let's have a look at this. Let's break it down. There's 2 people around you that aren't you. 6 of Wands. Recognition. Held in esteem. Successful. The devil. And the Two of Cups. Committed relationship, 2 people, victory. This isn't, any of this isn't you. I don't know why this is showing up and why it's telling you about these two, but there's 2 people around you who are very much involved in either a committed relationship or an abusive one. This is either commitment or it's abuse, devil. And this is relationship, 2 of Cups. These 2 people are your King of Swords and your Queen of Wands. And they're very much involved in the devil. Either a commitment, a bond, or an abusive relationship, one of the 2. It's not always abuse, the devil. Sometimes it literally is a strong bond. Sometimes this is a karmic relationship. Karmic is the devil, karmic debt. 2 people in a karmic relationship, victory. I don't know why this is showing up for you and why the universe is telling you about these people, but none of these are you. None of them. She's fire, he's air. I get the impression that for some of you guys, there is somebody around you, maybe somebody you've been involved with. You're either involved with the Queen of Wands or a King of Swords. But these people are seeing someone else. I'm getting a third party in this situation because these people, if you look at the 2 of Cups, they're together on the 2 of Cups. But also I think that they're the 2 people here that are very much chained to the devil. So this could be something superficial. It could be sexual. But, you know, looking at this card as well, I don't think this is necessarily love. Sometimes this is commitment. And I think if you'd shown in the reading as a Queen of Coins or something, Taurus, if you'd shown as a King of Pentacles or a Queen of Pentacles or something like that alongside either one of these, I would have said this was a strong bond because you've got the victory card here. But because neither of these is you, I think you know these people or you know one of them. I think there's a third party here and I think these 2 people are kind of, if I look at this devil energy here, can you see how they're involved in this debauched vision? Can you see? This is them. This is the man. This is the King of Swords here. And this is the Queen of Wands here. And they are chained, enslaved to the devil. So there's these 2 people. These 2 people might be enslaved together. They might be involved. They're in the 2 of Cups. They're in a relationship. They're enslaved by their passions, by their desires. They're drunk on it, these 2 people are. They're not seeing things clearly. I think you've got somebody around you. I think it's a partner or someone you were involved with who's now seeing someone else. But these people are not seeing things clearly. They are enslaved by their desire and their passions. They're drunk on it. All right? And I think this card is telling you with the 6 of Wands energy that you're going to be able to... I think the 6 of Wands is saying that you, Taurus, are going to be able to rise above this. I see you rising above these people here because I think that these are people here that you know, but you're no longer involved with. And I think that there are that, you know, this could be you being married maybe, or having been married to the King of Swords or the Queen of Wands, but now this person is getting it on with this person here. They're involved in a relationship, but they are both drunk on the relationship. They're drunk on the superficiality of the relationship in the devil energy. And I think the 6 of Wands is telling you, Taurus, that you're going to be able to rise above this. All right, this is a week for trying to rise above this and ignore it. In terms of love, we have justice. So justice can be about harmony, balance being restored. Justice energy, another karmic card. You see, when you get the devil and justice as well, this is a karmic energy, karmic debt, but it's being settled with the justice energy. You've got justice and the world. So we've got balance, harmony. World energy can be the ending of a cycle, a new phase. So we'll look at the next one. You've got the 5 of Swords, which shows conflict in a love reading or an abusive partner. Okay, so the ending of a cycle showing up here. Abusive or abuse with the 5 of Swords energy showing up here. Yeah, the Fool. You see how the Fool is turning away from the 5 of Swords. I see that finally justice is being served here. Ending a cycle. You guys, I'm seeing ending a cycle. It looks to me like there's an abusive partner that you've turned your back on. You are now turning away from an abusive partner with that 5 of Swords energy showing there. That's the abusive partner, Taurus, that you're turning your back on. It could be sitting in with this. Maybe this abusive partner is either the King of Swords, Queen of Wands. One of them is getting involved with someone. And they think that they're in love with this other person, but really they're just drunk on bullshit, basically. They're involved in a very kind of... The relationship between these two isn't toxic. They're just kind of killing themselves, basically. It's not true love. Let's have a look. Yeah, turning your back on an abusive relationship and focusing on your dreams with the 9 of Cups energy. Some of you guys just focusing on kind of getting out there and just having a good time now. You're definitely letting go of the partner here because you've got justice, the world, Justice is basically, you know, a card that says that finally a cycle has been completed. The same thing as the world energy. Harmony and balance is now being restored to the universe. World is the universe, so balance and harmony is now being restored to your universe because you are turning your back, the full energy, on an abusive partner, and you are focusing on your dreams going forward, which is really nice. Now let's have a look. Okay, we've got the Empress showing up here. Abundance, prosperity is the Empress. So some of you guys could see your finances growing, expanding. Six of Cups. Let me think. This could be from something to do with the past. It could be something to do with grandparents. I'm seeing grandparents sitting on here. They look like grandparents. They don't look like the parents of these kids. They look like the grandparents. So some of you guys could be seeing your fortunes expanding with your finances, Taurus. Could be something to do with maybe a parent, grandparents, or somebody... or someone through the past. Maybe it could even be, I'm just trying to think, possibly an inheritance. Six of Cups, you could be looking at an inheritance. So expansion of your funds, money, through an inheritance or a trust fund maybe from the past. So that would be good. So your finances aren't looking too bad. It looks like a trust fund or an inheritance or something like that. Ten of Wands though, we do still have some form of struggle going on here. So look what we're struggling with. Four of Coins energy. Four of Coins is to gain. So it could be that you've got an expansion of money through a trust fund or an inheritance, Six of Cups, but you're still struggling maybe to get the money, to secure the money. Four of Coins is secure money, to secure the money from family, Ten of Cups. I do feel that some of you guys are meant to get some form of an inheritance here, but you might still struggle to secure the cash through the family member or through maybe the family trust or something like that. Okay, maybe some family holdings, or maybe this is something to do with probate or something like that. So even though I don't know whether it's going to come this week, but I do feel that money is on the way from a trust fund or an inheritance, but you might still be having problems with maybe members of the family getting the money and that type of thing. Some of you guys might be struggling to Four of Coins energy. So struggling to Four of Coins save. Four of Coins is also saving money. So you might be struggling to save money. Okay, could be for a home. Ten of Coins. Alright. But if you are securing, for some of you guys, if you are kind of getting money from a family trust or something like that, an inheritance, it might mean that your struggles to save money, Ten of Cups, are over because that's the ending of the cycle. Alright guys, that is your reading. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.